I'm Keith Parker Jr. and I play Youth in the show. He is one of the only, he's like everybody else in the show except for Stu. He doesn't really have a name because I think it's less important that as you go through the show, you kind of understand who the Youth is in relation to an actual character, but he's just kind of a type. He's kind of like, he doesn't need a name because it's a journey that a lot of people have, or it's parallel to a lot of the journeys that people have. And it shares so many things with everybody that's ever been young, which is all of us. So it's kind of universal, and I think that's part of why it's important that he's called Youth and not Steve. His name's not Steve. Oh, well, if you like pretty much any genre of music, you're gonna find it here. It's slam poetry meets music meets staging, and it's awesome. It's one of those shows that my friends told me about for a long time, and it wasn't until someone forced me to watch it in its entirety that I was like, oh, okay, I kind of see what everybody's talking about. I mean, just the music itself is, in and of itself, is enough to come see the show, but then it's poetry, it's in motion. I said poetry in motion. I don't know if I have a favorite song, especially since so many of the songs kind of segue right into one another, or they segue in and out of a really powerful scene. And I have a tendency to play the ending in my head. I remember when I had everything, the sun and the moon and the rain. Because just one, because I hear it all the time and I'm not actually doing it, but because it's really like, it's cathartic. Like the whole show, it's been this journey, and it's very emotionally charged, especially near the end. And it's kind of like saying that everything is all right, and it's touching a raw spot. It's making everything okay, but at the same time, it's like one last little bit of information to ponder as you leave the show. So definitely check out that last song. That means you have to watch the entire show to see it.
Epiphanies will be weather friends.
The Real. Oh, this is really, I don't know if we have enough time for this. The Real, as I've come to find out in the process of this show, and I've kind of already known this. I think a lot of us have grown up with this idea, living together, that the Real's different for every person, and that's part of what harmony with everybody else is. It's realizing that your world is infinitely deep, and it goes on forever and ever and ever, and it encompasses everything, but that's only your world, and it exists in the same space as everybody else's. And I think us artists have always known that our art or our expression is just one facet of like this, everybody's reels overlapping, that everybody is different, and we all have our own expression that comes out as our real, our truth, our world as we see it.
My song was just passing for love, and you will never see her again, and I will never see her again, and we will never see her again.